All right, guys, so we're here with Honey Bear Bakery. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Kylie, and I am the owner of Honey Bear Bakery.
Hi, I'm Will. I'm the other owner of Honey Bear Bakery.
This is awesome. I'm really excited to try them out. Let me show you guys what the start is and how we do when you first start everything. What's the first thing you want to do, the second, and just overall, we're going to walk through everything on how to operate the full trailer. Cool? All right, so the first thing you want to do, guys, is you want to power up your generator. When you power up your generator, you want to let it sit and just run for about 15-30 seconds. That'll give it a better life, okay? A lot of people will get used to just leaving the connection on the generator and then turning it on. I'm not a huge fan of that because all the power hits the generator at once. You want to let it sit and then you connect it. And then you go inside and you start turning on your AC unit, pretty much everything else you have inside. It's always best to not hit the generator with so much power. Cool? So that's the first thing you want to do. Turn the generator on, then you connect the plug. Here's your plug right here. Right now we have it connected to the building because it's a brand new generator. We don't have any gas in yet, but that's what you want to do. You connect it right into your 50 amp plug, okay? Now, if you guys come over here, I want to show you guys this. So this is your breaker for the generator, okay? See how it's down right now? If it ever goes down like this and your generator is on, you're going to think that something's wrong with the power because you hear your generator, but you're not getting any power inside, okay? What you want to do is come out here and make sure you turn on your circuit breaker, okay? And then you always want to make sure that it's on 240, 120, 240. When you turn it on, you just turn this over to propane, you hit this button to on, and then what you want, I'm not gonna do it right now because there's no gas in there. You hit this once, and then the second time you hold it down and it turns on. Pretty simple. All right, now over here, we're gonna turn on the gas. If you look closely in here, you see the silver knob? All you have to do is turn it to the left, okay? You just turn it on. I still get, sometimes questions on, look, how do I turn it on? Or they start trying to open up the top. The top is where the quick connect, the person that's gonna fill it up, just connects to, and then they're responsible to make sure they put the yellow cap back on. Sometimes they get, comfortable or they just throw it on there and it falls off later. You wanna make sure they put it back and try not to lose it. It just helps with the smell or for a little, propane and things like that. Now keep in mind, when you guys go and fill it up, try to watch it and make sure, this is 23.9 gallons. Maybe ask for 20 gallons, 21, because if they overfill it, you're gonna have a leak. That's just a safety thing. It's like a pressure release, okay? And then you're gonna think you have a leak. A lot of times people will fill up before an event and then they get to the event and think, some people start to freak out because they smell gas. And sometimes it can take up to 24 hours before it levels out. So what you wanna do is try to do it just a little under, okay? And then you have a shutoff valve, which is, see this yellow thing right here? So right now it's on, okay? We have this right here on, and then we have this on. When you are done with the event, you wanna close this knob and close this one. So it'll go just like this.
Okay.
Cool? And then you wanna always do that when you close, okay? Then when you start again, when it's vertical with the pipe, that's when it's on. And then you turn this back on as well. Cool? All right, and now if you guys take a look at this right here, this is the inlet to fill up your 50-gallon freshwater tank for your 3-compartment sink and hand sink, and the other one's for the swamp cooler, okay? Which is really, really gonna help. We actually just installed ours over at the second Street Tacos, and the poor guys, it wasn't connected yet, and it's a game changer completely. You guys are gonna love it, okay? You go over here, if you ever turn on the water heater from the inside and it doesn't turn on, you could always come out here and reset it. You reset it by just pushing this button, okay? Just right here where it says. You wanna hold it down. It's kind of hard to see, but you wanna just hold it down for about 10-15 seconds, let go, and then it'll ignite. Okay. Now, again, over here, we have ventilation for the refrigeration. If we do not put this type of ventilation, the compressors can burn out, especially with the heat here in Vegas. I mean, we can feel it already.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's get to the gray water valve. I do got to put a cap on there, but just keep in mind, all you do is when you get to the commissary, you just kind of pull up close by it. You pull this right here, you have water coming out.
Oh, okay.
And then to close it off. Now, keep in mind, always empty it out. Either when you're done with work and you get back to park or before you head out. A lot of times people get comfortable, sometimes forget. They end up filling up their freshwater tank and forget to fill this one up. When you go click on the water gauge or when the health department goes and clicks on it, they're gonna see 2 full tanks, they will shut you down. Ooh. Okay? Yeah, it's gotta be even, okay? So let's go inside. All right. Man, it looks so pretty, huh? I gotta step on it?
Yeah, right.
All right, come on. All right, guys, so here's your guys' kitchen right here. So here's where you have the convection oven, you have the coffee maker, and then inside here, you have your filter, okay? So whenever it's time to get that changed, it's a very easy fix. You just swap out. You just unscrew that, and then you put the new one in there. Cool? So again, your racks, just the way you guys wanted them. You have the extra storage. You have the small little racks down here. Then you have your soda refrigerator, 3 compartment sink and hand sink. Right here's the water gauge. Let me show you guys this. So the only thing you guys need to worry about is the fresh water tank, which is at 2/3, and your gray, which is empty, okay? You have just a little bit of water left at the very end. But you don't need to worry about the battery or the black. To turn on the water heater, that's all you have to do. The way you can tell that the water heater is on, you could either go on the outside or you can hear it from the inside. You'll hear it clicking. Let's give it about 15, 20 seconds. See if you can hear it.
Oh, yep. There it is. Okay.
Cool. Right now it's on. Give it about a few minutes and then your water heater will be hot. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off, but also keep in mind, here's a few things that do happen. Sometimes people are like, hey, my water heater's not turning on. The first thing I ask them, is there any water in your tank? Because if the whole entire trailer is empty of water, it will not turn on, the water heater. It needs to have water. And these are 6-gallon water heaters. Okay, so you gotta have water. The second thing is turn on the gas. Sometimes people are in a rush at an event or something, they forget to turn on the gas. You'll hear the clicking because that's the electrical, but no gas goes through, so it won't turn on.
Okay.
Vice versa, sometimes people forget to plug in the trailer, okay? Same thing, you will have the gas, but you don't have the spark. If you guys ever have any problems, of course you can call me and I'll guide you guys through it. So yeah, you have 50 gallons for your 3 compartment sink and hand sink, and then you have the 50 gallons for your water, coffee, or anything you decide to use for water. And then underneath, you have a 60-gallon gray water tank for your 3 compartment sink or hand sink. You don't need one for the coffee because, I mean, you're utilizing that. If you ever pop anything because you maybe overplugged and used a lot of power, you just want to go right over here. Here's your breaker box. Something will be popped, you just turn it right back on. So pretty simple, a little out of the way, nice and clean. AC unit, pretty self-explanatory, off and on button. Here you can put your paper towels, your soap. Sometimes people like to store some things in there. It's okay if you store things, but you don't want to overwhelm it and put too much stuff, okay? As times go on, if you guys, sometimes if you do put stuff in there and it hits the pipes, it could cause a bit of a leak. But if it does, don't worry about it, just bring it by and we'll fix that. Over here, you have your little serving window and then your table. So you have your order and then your beautiful displays. I cannot wait till you guys fill this up. It's gonna look so incredible. I finally got to do this project right here so that you can see it from the outside. So that's really amazing. I'm really, really excited for this. I can't wait.
Super happy with
We'll get a good video of that. And then again, the table with some storage and then your pickup window right over here. Storage is all above, okay? You have some outlets in case you guys need any kind of outlets. You also will have outlets on the bottom. If you guys do absolutely need, I usually wait till people have been operating for maybe a couple months because sometimes they make changes. If you have POS system or something where you want to pass down some cables, we can make that hole for you. Again, I do recommend you guys kind of start a little bit because I've seen people swap it and then you don't have holes all over the place.
Yeah, okay.
Get the flow going. Trust me, I've done this for such a long time. I still did that on street tacos. Okay, I ended up putting a few holes and I shouldn't have done that because I thought that's how I was gonna say it. But as the flow gets going, you end up switching things up. Cool. Same thing goes up here. If you do decide to put something up here and you need to put holes down here, I don't mind. Just be 100%, maybe within that 2 months, that's where you're gonna want it.
Okay.
Cool. In order to close this, I do recommend you have a step stool so that you can twist it. Before you head out, I will have them close that for you. When you drive, please don't forget to close that because it will fly right off.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it will fly right off. It'll break off, and you actually have to switch the entire thing. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, right. I wish they would just sell us the stuff, but they don't. It's got to be the full kit. Cool.
Okay.
Really, just check them out. You have the insides, you have the doors right here. These are going to be for the outside. So this one's going to be, you have a weatherproof outlet on the roof. So if you guys ever decide to put like lights or anything like that, here's where you would control it.
Got it.
Cool.
Okay.
Other than that, everything goes straight to the outside to the 50 amp plug, which is going to go to your generator. Really important too. If you guys do end up going to an event and they offer you power, make sure you say 2-phase 240. Remind me when we go back to give you guys a little sticker so that in case the electrician says, can I see a diagram, you show them that. Because the plug looks the same and they'll offer you the same one, you're gonna be like, oh, perfect. But if it's a 1-phase and then yours is 240 and they connect, they will burn the trailer.
Oh,
okay. Worst case scenario, I have seen where they burned all the refrigerators. Everything's trash.
Oh, no.
So you want to be careful. It's just overpowering you. So always keep that in consideration. If you use a generator, you're always fine. But if you do go to a building, say, if you have any questions, just call us if you forget, okay? But I do remind me to give you that sticker. Very important. Other than that, let's check out the front. Also, again, because it's a brand new trailer, as you're driving it, give it a few months for things to settle in because everything's brand new. We do a little small test drive and everything for the chassis and stuff like that. But again, once you guys start moving and things start to maybe move around, we always recommend coming back in about a month and a half if you need to, just so we can touch everything up. Whether it's a screw, rivets, things like that, we'll touch everything up. Don't worry. So coming over here, outlets, again, if you guys want to connect anything, you just want to connect there. Again, brand new tires, brand new everything. Man, your guys' wrap, designed. What an incredible look.
I'm
so happy
with
you
it.
guys went with the 2 windows.
Yeah,
Unbelievable,
I love
guys.
that people
Unbelievable.
can look in, to see everything we're doing, see all that we have back there.
So nice, huh?
I'm excited.
So nice. Cool. All right. All right, guys, so here we got Honey Bear Bakery. We're pulling it out. Finally, again, guys, my favorite day, delivery day. Finally get to do a picture with them, and then we'll do the final drive off, and can't wait to go to the grand opening. I'll put up the date so that way we could all go and support them, check them out, and who doesn't like baked stuff? All right, I'm gonna pull it up here right to the side just so we can take a little group picture. I love having these memories. Over the years, I've accumulated hundreds of pictures like this with clients, and I love that I get to see the start of their business, you know, of them starting. You know, sometimes you got people who get very, very nervous, which I don't blame them. You know, it's something new, it's a new venture. I get to be a part of that. I'm excited. Sooner or later, they come in for a second or even a third trailer, fourth trailer. I have people that have even gotten up to like, what I think 15 trailers. Really, really cool stuff. Very, very happy for them. All right, congratulations, guys. All right, thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Josh.
You guys already know, if you guys ever need anything, we're here for you guys. Cool? Really, really happy for you guys and excited for you guys. I like that you got that in case you needed to adjust it, but you're good. If you even wanted to, you can go 1 notch up, but I think you're perfectly fine. Yep, you're perfectly fine. Yeah, okay, so here you guys have the option if you guys also want to film this just to have an idea or like save it. So first thing you do, of course, you put this on here, and then you want to close it up just like this, okay? So this is the first safety. Your second one, so that it never opens up while you're driving, is you want to go ahead and put this pin inside here. Let me show you guys. So this is going to go in just like this, okay? That keeps it from opening up by accident, okay? Now you have your chains, which is your next safety right here. So one thing you want to do is, we're going to test it to see how far it is. So if you look at that, it doesn't hang much, okay? Actually at all, it's a perfect size. If it was, if you ever end up using another vehicle and it ends up being hanging like, you know, pretty low, all you have to do is twist it and then you're good to go, okay? But in this case, you guys are perfectly, it has a perfect distance, so we're good there. Now, before I latch this one on, here's your safety, your brake safety. So what this does is, I like to give an example. Have you guys ever driven like jet skis or seen anything like it where you have a wrist and then it has the key where if you fall off, shuts the jet ski off so it doesn't keep going? This does the exact same thing. So if, let's say you were to hit a bump really hard by accident or something happened and this came off, your second line of defense is the chains. The chains will hang on to the trailer. But let's just say it was so bad that it even pulled the chains off, okay? It'll also pull this. This is what it'll do. And it'll activate the brakes on the axles, okay, on the tires. So this way the trailer doesn't keep rolling, okay? It just stops right where it comes off, okay? It's a big safety. Now, in order to deactivate the brakes, all you have to do is push it right back in, just like that, and it deactivates. Now, what you want to do here with this is you just want to weave it through the chains. So you do something like this. Like that. Cool, just like that, you see that? And then you go ahead and lock it in, just like that. Cool, just make sure it doesn't hang much like that, and you're good to go, okay? So that's the next safety. Then we go ahead and connect your power. And then we're gonna check out your lights. Make sure all the signal lights are working. And this is something you always wanna do. Don't get confident saying, okay, it worked yesterday or something like that. Sometimes lights go out. Everything is brand new, so sometimes even from the manufacturer, it could last a week or 2 or a month, and they can burn out. So just keep an eye on that stuff. Now here, you have quite a bit of cable. So here we can wrap it around here so that you don't have so much hanging. Go from the bottom up. Is this where you speed it up? Perfect. See how you have enough space in case you turn when you turn? So you're good to go. This is about the length that you want to have it. Now, let's go ahead and check your signals. But before we do that, always make sure you pull this all the way up. This way you don't, in case you go into a driveway or something like that, you don't scrape it or bend it or break it. Another thing is, if you do end up going up a kind of like a hill or like a driveway or something, like maybe even like mine, you always want to come at an angle, okay? This will keep it from really scraping or something like that. If you ever go to somewhere high, go slow. That way you don't end up breaking or maybe find another way. But for the most part, you'll be good to go, okay? When you guys unhitch, I highly recommend you put a block, okay? That way you guys are not going all the way to the bottom. This really helps, especially give this a longer life as well. because if not, this will wear out over time. So always have a block here, and when you unhitch, always put a block for the tires so it doesn't move, okay? Always before you unhitch, you want to put that. It's a big safety thing. All right, let's check out the signal lights. We'll have one of you guys over there and then one of you guys in the back. There you go, it's on. All right, left, there you go. Right, perfect, brakes, there you go. And now emergencies, perfect. Cool, we passed. We're ready for the road.